Welcome back to Supercar, the channel committed to giving you the unvarnished truth about the cars you buy. If you're looking for the ultimate value champion, the 2024 Dacia Duster seems unstoppable. It's got the rugged looks, the new platform, and the promise of cheap motoring. But the headlines hide a devastating reality. The third-generation Duster isn't just suffering from minor software glitches or cheap plastics. It has structural and financial flaws that threaten its core promise of dependability. We're exposing the true cost of this budget SUV, detailing why owners are shocked, and explaining what specific checks you need to make right now to protect yourself and your wallet. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because this warning is mandatory. Every budget SUV requires compromises, but are these 2024 compromises putting lives and wallets at risk? The Duster is celebrated for its bold new design and multiple accessible powertrains, including the efficient hybrid 140, the mild hybrid TCE 130, and the LPG bi-fuel EcoG 100. However, the analysis of early ownership reports indicates that official reviews frequently overlook the long-term ownership costs and fundamental quality control issues that emerge shortly after launch. The focus of this investigation is concentrated on two major, high-risk defects that directly compromise vehicle safety and reliability, creating immense financial exposure for new owners. The introduction of a new platform and new electrification technologies appears to have introduced systemic risks that are more concerning than typical launch-related issues. If ownership of this model is being considered, understanding these hidden facts is essential. The Duster's biggest flaw isn't mechanical, it's structural. We're talking about a defect that could cause your rear axle to fail at speed. This is the problem that has profoundly shocked and alarmed Duster owners. The critical rear axle defect. Official recall alerts were issued by Renault and Dacia, specifically targeting certain Duster units produced within a narrow window. September 16th to December 6th, 2024. This issue is not merely cosmetic or a standard maintenance item. It represents a fundamental failure in quality control during the initial production phase of the new generation. Technical analysis of the defect shows that the flaw centers on a manufacturing problem related to the rear axle structure. Specifically, the threads responsible for securing the rear axle bearing may have been poorly machined. This critical hardware failure allows the axle to potentially loosen or, in the most extreme scenarios, completely disconnect from the bodywork. This structural component failure fundamentally undermines the vehicle's integrity, directly contradicting the Duster's market positioning as a rugged, durable vehicle. If the structural flaw doesn't scare potential buyers, the repair bill for the next major defect certainly will. This represents the Duster's most egregious financial trap. For Duster owners who opted for the manual transmission, particularly the popular TCE 130 powertrain, a hidden financial nightmare awaits. There are widespread, documented reports of premature clutch and flywheel failure occurring at shockingly low mileages, often below 8,000 miles. Forum discussions and service reports suggest that the root cause may be traced back to a specific batch defect affecting the flywheel or pressure-bearing components. The financial implication of this failure is immense. When the TCE 130 requires a clutch and flywheel replacement, the anticipated repair cost, according to estimates, dramatically escalates to between £1,700 and £2,000. This is several times the cost of a standard Duster clutch replacement, which typically ranges from £400 to £650. This massive financial exposure fundamentally compromises the Duster's core value proposition as an affordable SUV. If this failure recurs, the cumulative repair cost can quickly negate any initial savings compared to competitors. Beyond safety in the clutch, the Duster introduces a third category of risk: the inevitable cost of its new electrification and a persistent 3-star safety rating. The 2024 Duster incorporates 48-volt mild hybrid or MHEV technology in the TCE 130 variant, designed primarily to reduce emissions and comply with regulatory standards. While beneficial for fuel economy, the MHEV system introduces a silent financial liability, the high replacement cost of the 48-volt traction battery. Replacement costs for this component alone are documented at approximately €1,800 or more. Automotive analysts observe that these small MHEV batteries are subjected to highly aggressive charge and discharge cycles, which creates substantial thermal stress and mechanical demands. This intensive use pattern may lead to a shorter operational lifespan compared to larger batteries in full hybrid or electric vehicles, raising serious questions about long-term durability and the timing of an expensive replacement. While the battery is typically covered by a longer warranty, like say 8 years or 100,000 miles, any instance of user error, such as misfueling, has been cited by dealerships to void the warranty, leaving the owner fully responsible for the substantial replacement cost. A further significant consideration for the 2024 Duster is its 3-star Euro NCAP crash rating. While the vehicle achieved moderate scores in passive protection, adult occupant protection at 70% and child occupant protection at 84%, the overall rating suffered significantly due to low scores in vulnerable road users at 60%, and, most notably, safety assist systems at 57%. The decision to omit or simplify advanced driver assistance systems, or ADAS, in favor of maintaining a low price point, a clear engineering trade-off, results in a lower safety rating compared to many modern rivals. This rating is a crucial factor that can directly contribute to higher insurance premiums, and may negatively affect the vehicle's long-term depreciation and residual value. The Dacia Duster successfully fulfills its mission to be a rugged, affordable SUV, yet the evidence collected exposes critical flaws that demand attention. The 2024 Duster's initial appeal is severely threatened by a catastrophic structural recall involving the rear axle and a recurring, expensive drivetrain defect in the TCE 130 manual model, coupled with a worrying trend of warranty denials. To secure the vehicle's value proposition and protect against these major risks, prospective and current owners are advised to follow this mandatory action plan. Immediate safety check. Owners of 2024 Duster models must immediately check their VN against all current recalls, specifically addressing the catastrophic rear axle defect affecting models produced between September and December 2024. Strategic powertrain selection. Potential buyers should favor the hybrid 140 automatic variant. This model bypasses the known defective clutch batch associated with the TCE 130 manual gearbox, providing essential mechanical reliability and safety against an otherwise crippling repair bill. Mandatory extended warranty. Given the high potential cost of the TCE 130 transmission failure, which runs between £1,700 and £2,000, and the non-trivial replacement cost of the 48-volt MHEV battery at €1,800 or more, an extended warranty beyond the standard factory coverage should be considered a mandatory financial defense, rather than an optional extra. Securing this coverage is vital for mitigating the most significant hidden costs of ownership. The analysis confirms that the cost of value ownership for the Dacia Duster is significantly higher than its initial purchase price suggests. Buyers must enter ownership fully informed of these high-risk mechanical and financial trade-offs. With